Have you ever stopped to think about why some people seem to attract misfortune while others live in a constant flow of success and abundance? It may seem like a mystery, but the truth is that the secret could lie in the things we accept from others, often without realizing the profound impact this can have on our lives. Padre Pio, one of the most revered and spiritually gifted saints in history, was very clear in his teachings. There are 5 things you should never accept from anyone. Not only do they bring bad luck, but they also have the power to plunge us into a cycle of poverty and hardship. Now, imagine for a moment, what if the prosperity or misery in your life was directly linked to these seemingly small but extremely significant choices? In this video, we will reveal these 5 spiritual traps that Padre Pio warned us to avoid at all costs. More than just simple advice, these are guidelines that can literally transform your life, driving away negative energies and paving the way for true prosperity. At this point, type the following in the comments: Padre Pio, I receive prosperity. As we explore each of these hidden dangers, you'll realize that these 5 things, often accepted without a second thought, could be the root of many of the problems you face. Have you ever thought that a simple gift, a poorly intentioned piece of advice, or a favor with ulterior motives could be sabotaging your success? Welcome to the Talking to God channel. If you're not already subscribed, take the opportunity now to subscribe and activate the notification bell. This way, you'll always be the first to know when we post new videos with powerful teachings. Join our community, and let's walk the path of prosperity and spiritual protection together. Don't forget to leave your like. Stay with us until the end, because what you're about to discover could change your life forever. Listen to this message that Padre Pio left before he died: many people around you want to see you destroyed. You cannot live for long without divine protection. You need to pray every day, or else your life will be in great danger. If you want to deepen your spiritual knowledge even further, we've left some links in the description with products that can be very useful in this learning process. By purchasing any of these products, you'll also be supporting the channel, helping us continue bringing new videos and resources for your spiritual growth. Also, check out our complete playlist with various prayers by Padre Pio. Let's begin this journey together. Padre Pio's wisdom teaches us that we must be extremely selective and careful about what we accept from others, because not everything that seems benign truly is. The 5th item will surprise you. This video will guide you on a path of discernment, where you'll learn to identify and avoid these traps. With the knowledge you'll gain, you'll be able to make more conscious decisions, protecting yourself from the negative influences that may be disturbing your life. The practical application of Padre Pio's advice might be exactly what you need to start experiencing a life of fullness and fulfillment. But here's the crucial point: these 5 things are so common that we often don't even realize the harm they can cause. By watching this video to the end, you'll gain a deep understanding of how small gestures, words, or gifts can carry an energy capable of negatively shaping your destiny. Knowing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to accept, and this wisdom could be the key you need to change the course of your life for the better. So don't go anywhere, prepare for a journey of self-discovery and spiritual protection. This valuable information could be exactly what you need to break free from the chains that hold back your prosperity. Padre Pio was not just an ordinary priest. He was known for his extraordinary spiritual gifts, including bilocation, the ability to read souls, and his mystical visions. But more than that, he had a profound understanding of the spiritual traps that can lead people to suffering and misery. In this context, he offered a series of advice to protect the faithful from the negative influences that can affect their material and spiritual lives. These pieces of advice are not just lessons of faith, but also practical guidelines for everyday life. Imagine a man who always lived modestly, but who, by following Padre Pio's advice, saw his life transformed. He began to notice the traps surrounding him, and by avoiding them, he managed to achieve the financial stability he had long sought. This section will delve deeply into how these guidelines can originate from both spiritual knowledge and the observation of human behavior. First thing. Poisoned gifts. The importance of carefully choosing what we accept. How many times have you accepted a gift without considering the hidden intentions behind that seemingly generous gesture? At first glance, a gift may seem like a symbol of affection, gratitude, or friendship, but Padre Pio warns us to be cautious. He believed that some gifts, even the most valuable or meaningful ones, can carry negative energies, envy, or malicious intentions, which can have a direct and profound impact on your life. These gifts, which at first seem harmless, can be vehicles for curses. Padre Pio teaches us that we must be extremely selective about what we accept and, above all, from whom we accept it. The energy that accompanies a gift, especially if it's given by someone with malicious intentions, can negatively influence our lives, attracting bad luck, illness, or even financial problems. Instead of being a symbol of good intentions, these poisoned gifts can serve as anchors, trapping us in a spiral of misfortune. Let's reflect on the importance of discerning the intentions behind each gift we receive. It's not just about material objects, but the energy they carry and the impact that energy can have on our daily lives. Second thing. Dirty money. The weight of the consequences for accepting money from dubious sources. Easy money may seem like the solution to many problems, but Padre Pio warns us about a hidden danger. Not all money brings prosperity and peace. In fact, when money is acquired from dubious sources, whether through gambling, illicit activities, or any other morally questionable path, it can carry a kind of invisible curse. This curse not only corrupts the soul but can also attract a series of misfortunes and difficulties into the life of the person who possesses it. What Padre Pio wanted to teach us is that money obtained through immoral means has a much higher cost than its nominal value. It may seem like a blessing at first, but over time, its negative consequences begin to manifest, eroding everything good that a person has, from their finances to their peace of mind. Dirty money has the power to bring about a succession of misfortunes, from unexpected financial losses to health problems, family disintegration, and a constant sense of unease and fear. When faced with the temptation to accept easy money or money from dubious sources, it's crucial to remember that what seems like a quick gain can actually be the beginning of a cycle of destruction. The prosperity we seek cannot be sustained on fragile and corrupt foundations. Padre Pio firmly believed that money should be earned through honest work and fair efforts because only then will it produce true and lasting fruits. Third thing. Favors with ulterior motives. When help turns into an invisible debt. Favors, especially those that seem altruistic and generous, can hide dangerous traps. Padre Pio teaches us to always be aware of the intentions behind the favors offered to us. Although we often accept help in good faith, believing it to be a gesture of kindness or solidarity, there may be hidden intentions that end up placing us in complicated situations or, worse, binding us to unwanted commitments. There are favors that come with undeclared expectations, creating a kind of invisible debt that may demand payment when we least expect it. It's crucial to discern when a favor is genuine and when it is offered with ulterior motives. Padre Pio always emphasized the importance of being as self-sufficient as possible so that we're not at the mercy of favors that could compromise our freedom or integrity. However, there are times when help is necessary, and in those cases, we must be extremely careful in choosing from whom we accept such help. Spiritual discernment is the key to avoiding falling into traps that could compromise our life and well-being. In some cases, the price of a favor can be much higher than we imagine, resulting in a loss of control over our own lives or a spiral of problems that seems to have no end. Fourth thing. Unsolicited advice. The toxic influence of ill-intentioned words. We often encounter people who, with the best, or worst, intentions, offer unsolicited advice. While some of this advice may be well-intentioned, Padre Pio warns us of the danger of passively accepting guidance we didn't ask for. The reason is simple: not everyone who offers us advice has our best interests at heart, and often this advice can be poisoned by envy, fear, or ignorance. By accepting advice from just anyone who offers it, we run the risk of straying from our path or making decisions that could lead us to failure. Words have power, and when we accept advice without discernment, we allow the influence of others to seep into our lives. This can result in a series of negative consequences, from missed opportunities to the deterioration of important relationships. Therefore, we must be selective about who we allow to influence our decisions and thoughts. Padre Pio believed that true guidance should come from trustworthy and respectable sources, such as true friends, spiritual mentors, or our own intuition. When faced with unsolicited advice, we should pause and evaluate the source and motivation behind the words before taking them as absolute truths. Fifth thing. Empty promises. The danger of believing in unfounded words. Promises are like verbal contracts, and Padre Pio warns us about the risk of accepting promises without foundation. We live in a world where words are often thrown around carelessly, without consideration for the impact they may have. We often accept promises from others without evaluating whether those promises have a chance of being fulfilled. However, when these promises don't materialize, they can cause deep disappointment, damage relationships, and even cause material or spiritual harm. Padre Pio's advice is clear: we should be cautious when trusting promises made by others, especially when those promises seem too good to be true. This doesn't mean we should become cynical, but rather that we should cultivate a sense of discernment, evaluating the capacity and intention of the person making the promise. The disappointment that comes from broken promises can be devastating, affecting our faith in others and, in some cases, even in ourselves. In conclusion, Padre Pio offers us practical and spiritual wisdom that goes far beyond traditional teachings. By avoiding these 5 things: poisoned gifts, dirty money, favors with ulterior motives, unsolicited advice, and empty promises, we can protect not only our finances but also our spiritual and emotional well-being. These teachings are a powerful reminder that true prosperity and peace come from living a life of integrity, guided by solid principles and spiritual discernment. By applying these lessons in our daily lives, we can shield ourselves from the negative influences that often hide in the most seemingly harmless things.